Hey guys, welcome back to Clever TV. I'm Joslyn Davis, hanging out with my partner in crime, Dana Ward.
Hey guys.
And as you know, the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 countdown is in full force. And joining us in the studio is Daniel Cudmore, aka Felix.
Howdy.
Welcome to the studio.
Hey.
Thank you. It's beautiful. It's got a great view. I like it.
So are you as excited about Breaking Dawn Part 1 as we obviously are?
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I think my character's not evolving too much more in the first part. He's around, but it's not a crazy huge part for me. So I'm just more excited to see where they're going to take this first half of the book and see what Bill does with it.
Yeah, so what can we expect for part one? And I know we get to see you a little bit.
We
Share
saw
with
the movie.
viewers. Yeah, we've already seen it.
Oh, you guys
Share
saw
with the
it?
viewers. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You haven't seen it
No.
yet?
I'm waiting to the 14th.
Oh, okay, that's
It's
cool.
like Christmas.
That
I
will
don't
be
wanna
the
get
best time
before.
to see it, though. But for our viewers,
Right.
give them a little sneak peek. What can they expect with Felix in part one?
Felix, well, I mean, we're always in the background and we're always kind of watching and judging. And so you get to see sort of the beginnings of what starts in part one and then really kind of ramps up and happens in part two. But really, I can only give you that much.
Yeah, you guys have really set up.
I'm
You
done.
know, it's set up basically
Yeah,
for Breaking
it's
Dawn
setting
Part
up
2.
part two and everything that goes down there. And if everyone's read the book, then you know kind of what happens. We're not straying too far from the books. It's not totally different all of a sudden. But yeah, it's more kind of the setup and the build up and it's more about the three. It's about the wedding and it's about the child and it's about the relationship with Taylor Lautner's character. So we're just sort of in the background hanging out.
Now, the craziest thing that we've actually noticed, and I'm sure you have as well, is that this cast is so big. And I think people assume, like, oh, you're BFFs with Taylor Lautner, you guys hang out every day, but a lot of you guys have never even met before,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Or worked
funny
together
that way.
before.
It's funny because in all of the films, everyone's kind of worked in groups. So even from really the second film that I started on, all the way up until now, it's like you work in your own little group and it's your own little clique, and then you kind of meet outside of that every once in a while, but you never really kind of work together. So it's, you know, everyone thinks that it's just this big party and everyone's working the same day, but no, it's like really kind of, it's all just separate and you work as a group and then you leave and then the ex people come in for like a week and a half and work as a group and then they leave and it's really kind of funny that way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you did get up close and personal for the fight scene. I know we're rewinding back a little
Right.
bit, but since
It's
you're here,
iconic.
we have to talk about it. What was it like working on that fight scene?
It was
as
fun.
Felix?
Yeah, it was fun. It was interesting because at the beginning, Rob was very cautious about it and did not want to have anything to do with it. And then,
Well, I mean, you're pretty tall.
I know, you're
yeah.
like
You could
intimidating.
totally like throw someone down. Seriously.
I'm nice. I'm
You're
friendly.
a nice guy, though.
This is all acting. It's fake. But no, he got into it, and like a few days into rehearsal, he started to really kind of understand the stunt world and really started to get into his character, his role, his part in that. And I mean, it ended up being a week of just hard work, and it was just a lot of fun. And I think from the reaction of a lot of people have said that it came out really well, and they liked that part. So I'm happy that the hard work paid off.
Yeah, it's definitely an iconic fight scene within the series.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a stunt background? Did you do all your own stunts and stuff like that? for
Yeah,
the
I've got a
movies?
bit. I come from a sport background, so
Okay.
I'm kind of like, if I think I can do it, I want to try at least. And so that has given me the opportunity to do a lot of my own stunts. Again, there are limitations for me, and I'm not going to be that guy who's going to try something I cannot do. Clearly, I'll let the professionals do it. But yeah, I mean, I've just been given the opportunity from a lot of stunt coordinators to say, hey, if you can do it, great. We don't have to bring a double in. So it's been good.
Now, strength is definitely one of Felix's strongest characteristics that really stands out from the rest of the pack and the Volturi especially. What can we expect with Breaking Dawn Part 2? Are there any
Right.
stunts that you did where it just blew your mind or that we should watch out for, maybe?
You're digging.
That you can
And it's like, I'm like, I don't know what I can give you here.
Yeah, just a little
I mean, from the
taste.
book, there's a large battle that takes place.
Of course.
Um,
We all
but
know this.
The thing is, like you mentioned before, there's a huge amount of new characters. So the thing is, I think with my character, I got a chance to really shine in part two, in New Moon. But with the second half, there's a massive battle. So it's, unless you want that battle to go on for 20 minutes to highlight each character, it's more of a broad sort of stroke and watching a lot of different fights going on. So there's a lot of really cool stuff, not just for my character, but I get to have a little bit of fun, which is nice. But I can't give anything else.
Nice try.
Were you surprised by how great any particular actor was at the stunt work? Like, who blew your mind?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know, because the fact that the battle was so massive, I never got to watch anybody. But I was really, to tell you the truth, I was really impressed with a lot of the actors did a lot of their own stuff, which was really cool to see. And at the same time, the stunt team that was brought in was amazing, because some of these guys and some of the stuff they can do, after the camera was rolling, I'd just walk up and be like, all right, try this. And all of a sudden you do a push-up backflip to his feet and like a triple backflip. And it was weird. It was like me watching a video game. And the whole time I'm just like, okay, do this. Oh, okay, do that now. And they were just so cool about, oh yeah, showing off and doing all these flips. And you just kind of like go, man, I'm getting old. I need to get in shape.
People actually do that. I think like when you're watching these amazing fight scenes, you just assume like, oh, they did that in post. Like, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's amazing that someone can actually do
It's
that.
all computer generated. It's not even real. Lands on his feet. Oh, okay, it's like that.
Based on what we've already seen, though, you get the MVP.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very, very good work.
You do.
Now, we've actually talked to a lot of your fellow castmates, especially the Wolfpack peeps, and all the antics that are going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Fill us in. I feel like you're the first Volturi we've talked to. What is the Volturi like behind the scenes?
We are 100% professional. We show up to work. We do our job. We don't fool around.
Okay.
And then we go home and get ready for the next day. It's very professional.
Sounds wild.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
all
crazy.
do you all stay in character?
All the time.
Just
for like months on end.
100%. It's been a couple years now,
Stay
right?
out of the sun. I've just been like,
Yeah,
no
tell us
smiles.
about the makeup process and stuff like
The
that.
makeup process is pretty funny. It takes a while, and it completely erases any features you have on your face to making you just one white blob.
Did you freak yourself out at all?
A little bit when I first put the contacts in, because you forget. The first time when I worked on New Moon, you put the contacts in, and then they sort of seat themselves, and then they become almost in a way comfortable, and you just totally forget, and you can be going over script or something, and then just go into the bathroom and look out and just freak yourself out, because they're so red. They're such vibrant colors. And there's something I definitely wanted to just like take with me, and just like drive around with them on. And
Ugh, scared. Did you keep anything, by the way, from the set, like your cloak or anything?
Wasn't allowed.
Oh,
I tried.
Bummer.
I tried like sneaking away with it, but I got tackled.
You know
by
that's all
security.
going in a museum for
Oh,
all
yeah.
the Twilight
Oh,
fans.
Smithsonian all the way.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
just gonna go to the museum and then just try and take it. Say it's mine. Run away with it.
I have a question about the contacts, just because I heard, I want to know if this is true or false. I heard that the contacts from day one have really transitioned. They really stepped it up, and actually had an artist designing the last
Painting them or something?
hand painting the contacts. Did you notice any difference from the first time you worked on the movie to Breaking Dawn Part 2?
Right. When I first started on New Moon, they were hand painted then, and they're gorgeous. I don't think they didn't change a ton for my character. I noticed, just because all of a sudden you didn't want this drastic change from New Moon to Eclipse, and then all of a sudden Breaking Dawn, I've got green eyes. Like, it would just be, it'd be kind of strange. But they were definitely, I think the amount of time put into them, you could really tell. Like, when you really took a look at them, the intricacies of the paint that was on them was just, it stayed, for me, it stayed constant. It was someone painting them and doing one hell of a job on them. But they were beautiful in a weird kind of way.
So cool.
In a
to
really
hear.
creepy but
Yeah.
cool way.
Yeah.
What's the craziest fan experience that you've had? Because I would imagine that this has it's changed everyone's lives in the cast. What has your experience been like fan-wise?
It's been interesting. I think the good thing about, like, when you talked about the makeup,
choice,
Yeah, right?
when you talked about the makeup, how good of a job they did with the makeup. It was great, because you don't look that much like your character, a lot of people will say. So privacy is still there, which is great. I'm not in the same boat as the top three and the craziness that's surrounded by them. But I've had some experiences with fans and some older women who kind of take liberty and with sort of hugs too long and rubbing stomachs and telling you that their husbands don't mind that you're being hugged longer than you should be and stuff like that. So I've had some moments where I've had to take off and go to the bathroom like 4 times in a row just so I can get away from that person and come back. But it's been all in good fun. I mean, the majority of the people have been just really supportive and really cool.
Very cool, and you're probably getting excited about the premiere, I would imagine.
I am.
Coming up very,
yeah,
very
I gotta
soon.
find a dress. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh my gosh, who are you gonna wear?
I don't know.
Long or short?
Oh, long.
What
Definitely.
I haven't been
color?
working out that well.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
No?
No idea.
Oh my goodness. Now I want to
So
ask,
lost.
if you were to play any other character other than Felix, who would you choose to play?
In the series?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to play one of the wolves, but I don't know which one in particular.
What is it about the wolves
I
that
don't
attracts
know.
you?
I
to
don't
them?
know. It's funny because I think those characters are similar to the way I grew up. I mean, I grew up in a small town in the Northwest.
Jean shorts.
Yeah, just
Lots
running around in
of jean
jean shorts. It
Yeah.
was crazy. And
Yeah.
just the
You
little.
just tear off your clothes.
That's all I did growing up. It was getting really expensive. It was wild. But no, I don't. I think I just identify with those sort of characters a little bit more. But I think one of them. I think I'd like to play one of the wolves, but just the one that just doesn't pay attention to the inner thoughts and just kind of goes off and does his own thing and hangs out. Doesn't bother running with the pack.
Funnily enough, actually, I heard that you auditioned initially for a different role than the one that you got.
yeah.
I
right?
did, yeah. I auditioned for one of the characters, one of the guy who tries to pick Bella up outside of the bar in New Moon, and then came back for a callback, thinking it was still the same character. Finding out with 5 minutes to go that they're like, "Oh no, this is the vampire sides. You should probably read these." And I was like, "Oh great, thanks guys." Total cold read, but it somehow I did something right in the room, and they liked it. So.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank
and thank
you.
you so much for stopping by the studio.
No problem.
We can't wait to see the movie. Actually, we've already seen the movie, so we can't wait to
We
see it
have.
again and
Thanks.
again.
We
Thanks for
can't
rubbing
wait
it
to
in.
finally be able
Awesome.
to discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
we have
know.
to keep our lips sealed
It's
about
horrible, but the movie was amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously, high five
Perfect.
on that scene.
I love.
Loved
it.
it.
High five.
Loved
I
it.
love the fact that you guys have seen it before me. It's awesome.
No,
We're ready for part 2.
Yeah,
we
fair
want to
enough.
see more of you.
Fair enough.
And
Appreciate
you guys
it.
out there watching, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to stick with Clever TV for all the latest on the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. I'm Joslyn Davis with Dana Ward and Daniel Cudmore, and we'll see you next time. See ya!